Hello everyone, this is Varaprasad and I am presenting you the daily current affairs which are useful for SSC, RRB and other government examinations. Coming to the first one of the session, DRDO Defense Research and Development Organization developed UV Blaster Disinfection Tower. The equipment named UV Blaster is a UV based sanitizer that was designed and developed by DRDO. It is highly helpful for disinfecting high tech surfaces such as computers, electronic equipment and other gadgets. UV blaster is helpful in offices where chemical methods may not be suitable. The product is also very much suitable in areas where chemical methods cannot be implemented. The UV disinfection tower can be operated through mobile phone or laptop remotely. There are 6 lamps, each of 43 watts. The lamps emit ultraviolet light of wavelength 254 nm in 360 degrees of illumination. The tower will switch off during human intervention or accidental opening of the room. The device also provides arm operation. The DRDO has developing several new technologies and products to help in disinfection, sample collection, cost-effective personal protective equipment. Several of these technologies were transferred to private sector companies. Recently, DRDO developed Atulya, a microwave sterilizer to help disinfecting COVID-19. DRDO has also developed a kiosk for COVID-19 sample collection. Saras collection launched on the government e-marketplace portal GEM by Union Minister for Rural Development and Panchayati Raj and Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Narendra Singh Tomar. The new initiative has been launched with an objective to provide self-help groups in rural areas with market access to central as well as state government buyers. Let us know something about Saras collection. Saras collection is a unique initiative of government e-marketplace and the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihood Mission, Ministry of Rural Development. Under this initiative, the daily utility products made by rural self-help groups are exhibited and provided with market access to central and state government buyers. According to the initiative, the products of self-help group sellers can be listed in 5 product categories. They are handicrafts, handloom, office accessories, grocery and pantry, personal care and hygiene. Arogya Setu Meter Initiative launched in partnership with Tech Mahindra, Tata Group and Swasth. The Arogya Setu Meter was launched. It will offer free online consultation to COVID-19 with the data provided by the 3 private sector firms and government entities. The Arogya Setu meter is to perform as an individual site. It cannot access data from the application Arogya Setu. It was initiated with the advice of Niti Aayog and principal and scientific advisor of Prime Minister. The Tata Bright Digital Health has been included in the network as it offers video, audio and chat consultations to more than 100 doctors. The Tech Mahindra platform offers audio and video consultations through doctors from Nightingale and other hospitals. The initiative includes free teleconsultation to those who have COVID-19 like symptoms. It will also provide ancillary services at market rates. This includes home collection of samples, medicine delivery, etc. The Arogya Setu application was launched to achieve contact tracing of COVID-19. The application helps to track people infected by the virus. It uses GPS and Bluetooth features in smartphones in order to achieve this. It was developed by National Informatics Center. Bamboo Conclave held through video conference. The Ministers of Agriculture and Minister of Development of Northeast participated in the conference. The making of agarbatti and increasing its production was one of the key discussions of the conclave. The total requirement of agarbatti in India is 2,30,000 per year. The market value of total consumption is 5,000 crore rupees. However, still India is importing agarbatti from countries like Vietnam and China. The northeastern region can help India in becoming self-sufficient in the area in the post-COVID era. In order to boost bamboo production and help the tribal and farmers utilize bamboo to make a living, the Indian Forest Act was amended in 2017. eCovSense, developed by National Institute of Animal Biotechnology. It is a sensor which is used to detect COVID-19 virus in saliva samples. The researchers from NIAB have developed non-invasive biosensor testing device called eCovSense to detect COVID-19. The lens can help detect COVID-19 virus within 10 to 30 seconds of testing. The electrode of device is coated with antibody of COVID-19 virus. When the saliva sample of an infected person is put in the device, it gets applied to the electrode. A reaction then occurs between the antibody in the electrode and the antigen in the saliva. The reaction creates an electric flow that confirms the presence of virus. The government of India is currently facing various challenges such as shortage of testing kits, lack of adequate testing, etc. Several states have complained that rapid antibody test kits imported from China were faulty. Therefore, implementing these technologies in large scale will help solve the challenges faced by the government. A national e-commerce marketplace was launched by Confederation of All India Traders called Bharat Market. The e-commerce marketplace will integrate the capabilities of technology companies in order to provide end-to-end services. The portal will include participation of retailers and aims to bring 95% of retail traders into the platform. It will mainly focus on technology companies to provide end-to-end services. The initiative is to be guided and supported by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The draft e-commerce policy had been released by Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. The policy aims to address issues of data privacy and consumer protection. The policy also focuses on individual rights over holding data. It restricts cross-border data flow. Shri Prahalad Singh Patil, Union Cultural Minister, released an e-book, Professor B.B. Lal, India Rediscovered, in New Delhi on occasion of 100th birthday of great archaeologist Professor Braj Basi Lal. Shri Anand Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Culture, was also present on this occasion. The centenary special edition book was prepared by Ministry of Culture in collaboration with Professor B.B. Lal Centenary Celebration Committee for his immense contribution to the field of archaeology over 5 decades. On this occasion, Shri Prahalad Singh also added that Professor Lal is a precious gem of Indian archaeology who rediscovered civilizational India buried under the colonial past. He is a living legend and an eternal inspiration not only for archaeologists but also for every citizen of India. Professor Shobana Narasimhan, elected as international member to American Academy of Arts and Science. Professor Shobana Narasimhan worked on rational design of nanomaterials, examining how the lowering of dimensionality and reduction of size affect material properties. She actively promotes the women in STEM in India and abroad, and has been co-organizing career development workshops for women in physics since 2013 at Abdus Salam International Center for Theoretical Physics. Dr. Harshvardhan, Union Minister of Science and Technology, Health and Family Welfare and Earth Sciences, launched COVID Kada, a multimedia guide for mass awareness, a multimedia guide on COVID-19 on the occasion of 50th DST, Department of Science and Technology Foundation Day. Actually, what is this COVID Kada? It provides consolidated and authentic information on global crisis to the masses in an interesting and interactive mode. The National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India in association with Dr. Anamika Ray Memorial Trust, an education and research organization, has brought out multimedia guides carrying important information on A to Z of COVID-19. BharatPe launches 2 apps to limit the need to touch handsets for checking transactions. The Paisa Bolega is a button introduced in the BharatPe which converts the smartphone into a speaker with this loud voice alerts of transactions by providing loud instant confirmations for all the received payments through their BharatPe quick response. BharatPe Balance will provide the information about total available balance across the deposits, loan and daily collections through the QR. This will provide a snapshot of shopkeepers' daily QR collections, balance in 12% interest account and the loan limit. BharatPe mentioned that business per merchant went up as both the customers and shopkeepers prefer contactless QR payments. The average ticket size went up from 300 rupees to 500 rupees, that is 70%, as the customers are shopping more for the essentials. Some of the static GK questions are: CEO and co-founder of BharatPe is Ashnir Grover. Its headquarters is in New Delhi. Reserve Bank cancels 105-year-old CKP Cooperative Bank license. RBI has also approached the Registrar of Cooperative Societies, Pune, to issue an order for winding up the affairs of bank and to appoint a liquidator for the bank. The Reserve Bank of India has cancelled the license of the bank, stating the financial position of the bank is highly adverse and unsustainable. The bank is not meeting the condition of minimum capital and reserves, capital adequacy and earning prospects, and also stipulated minimum regulatory capital requirement. RBI has also found that affairs of the bank were and are being conducted in a manner prejudicial to the public interest as well as interest of the depositors. Some of the static GK questions are: RBI 25th Governor is Shakti Kanta Das. Its headquarters is in Mumbai and it is founded on 1st April 1935 in Kolkata. Russia to launch first Arctica M satellite to monitor Arctic climate and environment. Russia is to launch series of Arctica satellites. The second Arctica satellite is still under development and is to be launched by 2023. The data to be collected by these satellites will help in gathering meteorological data from the polar regions of the Earth. The data collected by these satellites will help in improving weather forecasts and will enable scientists to study climate change. The satellites help in studying climate changes in the polar region and also help in detecting resources in the polar region. The Arctic region resources have been at the center of controversy and pose potential threats of conflicts between nations. Without the ice, the oceans will begin to absorb more radiation. IIT Hyderabad to collaborate with Hong Kong FIM to create venture ecosystem. The core objective of this partnership is to promote innovation, research and incubation. An MOU was signed by Professor Buddharaju Srinivasmurthy, Director IIT Hyderabad, and Shigeki Usuki, Chief Executive Officer, New Frontier Capital Management, to facilitate this collaboration. This MOU will also enable New Frontier Capital Management to establish an office at IIT Hyderabad campus and also promotes India-Japan collaboration. The MOU also envisages establishment of joint innovation centers in Tokyo, Japan as well as in Telangana, and will help create an ecosystem that is connected to global research institutions. Discus thrower Sandeep Kumari banned for 4 years by World Anti-Doping Agency. National Dope Test Laboratory has failed to detect banned substance of steroid which was present in her blood sample. This blood sample is collected by NDTL officials during the Interstate Championships in June 2018 in Guwahati, Assam, where Kumari had won the gold with a throw of 58.41 meters in the competition. World Anti-Doping Agency referred Kumari's results management to AIU, Athletics Integrity Unit, which notified her of charges and provisionally suspended her in November 2018. In February 2020, the AIU issued a notice of charge to Kumari, asking her to either admit the ADRV anti-doping rule violations or undergo a hearing before the disciplinary tribunal. After missing 3 deadlines to respond, Kumari finally accepted the charge and did not request a hearing. FINA Federation Internationale des Nations postpones 2021 Fukuoka Aquatics World Championships to May 2022. The postponement was done after the discussion with broadcasters, athletes, and national federations following the similar moves of athletics and soccer for the World Championships in Oregon and Women's European Soccer Championship. The World Masters Championship will take place across the island of Kyushu from May 31st to June 9 of 2022. The new dates are selected to avoid any overlap with 2022 Commonwealth Games scheduled to be held at Birmingham from July 27 to August 7. Veteran poet Padma K.S. Nisar Ahmad passed away at 84 due to various old age related problems. He was born on 5th February 1936 in Devanhalli. He was the 73rd president of Kannada Sahitya Sammelana in year 2007 held at Shivamogga. In 1970, his poems of Nityotsava were the first to be set to tune by Mysuru Ananthaswamy and were released as an audio cassette and named Nityotsava Kavi. Judicial member Lokpal of India Justice Ajay Kumar Tripathi passed away due to COVID-19. Tripathi became the Chief Justice of Chhattisgarh High Court on July 7, 2018. On March 27, 2019, Justice Tripathi took oath as Judicial Member of Lokpal of India. He was one of the 4 judicial members of Anti-Corruption Ombudsman. Tripathi played an important role in setting up the institution of Lokpal of India with his innovative ideas and inputs. World Laughter Day is celebrated on first Sunday of May every year. It is a day to raise awareness about laughter and its main healing benefits. The first celebration was on May 10, 1998 in Mumbai, India and was arranged by Dr. Madan Kataria, founder of Worldwide Laughter Yoga Movement. Coming to the last one of the session, International Firefighters Day is observed on May 4th every year. This day is celebrated since 1999 to recognize and honor the sacrifices that firefighters make to ensure that their communities and environment are as safe as possible. The day was instituted after the death of 5 firefighters in tragic circumstances in a bushfire in Australia on 2nd December 1998. We are providing you the PDF of this entire session in the description box below. People who want to download the PDF can go to the description box and click on that link so that you can download the PDF. Thank you everyone. Please subscribe to our channel for more updates. Please give your valuable suggestions in the comment box.